everyone. I wanted to give you a peek at a new planner I discovered named Jibun Techo, which I purchased from Japan off of eBay. However, it's also available on Etsy, and I found out about it through another member in a Hobonichi Facebook group. What piqued my attention was that it had weekly views, whereas my Hobonichi only has the daily view in the A6 size. And just to compare sizes, it's only slightly wider than the A6, but it's about 1.5 inches taller than the Hobonichi. The daily pages look like this. It's still, and both of these planners have Tomo River paper. And it also has monthly pages, but I wanted kind of to try out the weekly view. So it comes with 3 books inside this plastic cover. This is not what the cover looks like. I actually slid this dashboard in myself. Normally it just says 2017 in the upper left corner on a white background. They have a variety of different colored planners, like blue, pink. I think there's a business style one that doesn't have colored pages, which I'll show you inside in a minute. And that one has a black cover. I think that one only comes in the A5 size. Anyway, this one I just slipped this dashboard in from the Bubba Bear Studios sticker company. They provide it when they send you stickers that you order. So I slipped that in underneath, and it comes with this pencil board, or I think it's called a shiitake, and it slides in the back here. I ended up taking it out and putting in my own, sliding in my own, what do you call it, closure strap, because every time I would take this off, it would kind of slide out a little bit, and it was driving me nuts. So I punched holes into the back of the cover and slid a different strap on it, and so now it's like so. This does have a front pocket that you can slip stuff into, as well as a side pocket, like I mentioned before, that this slides into. And then when I remove the strap, I put a Erin Condren pen loop to the front cover instead of the back cover. It seemed like it was getting caught on the shiitake, so maybe that was a little bit of my frustration. And then I've got a stencil that I got from Amazon, some page flags, and I've cut one of them down to the exact size of the columns for the planner that you'll see. And then this is a Jibun Techo mini page flags that are perfectly sized for this mini size, which is the B6 that I mentioned before. This is a 3-in-1 set, so the first booklet that is slid in here along with the calendar, which is the next one, is called the Life Book. This is, you're meant to carry this kind of like forever with you, meaning that you wouldn't swap it out when the next calendar comes. So the only thing you have to buy the next year is the 2018, etc. So in this one, it has things for your goals. This one happens to be your life goals, and these are broken down into 17 categories. They include things, I've written them down on the 2017 version, but you're supposed to write your goals here and the behavior that you're trying to reach. And then the 17 categories range from everything to your career, your education, your family life, your love life, your friends, your health, just a variety, finances, etc. So it's broken down, and then this is 100 wish lists. Actually, there's like room for 114, but you just mark what you're wanting and you check it off when you've gotten it. And then you've got some of your favorite quotes that you can put in here, and then a life plan, which I haven't quite figured out, but it's supposed to be where you put 40 years of what your plan is for the next 40 years, but I haven't quite figured out all of the breakdown for this. Don't worry, I wrote this in erasable ink so that I can take it off later. But when I figure it out, I will update the page. But this is where you can continue to add additional lines. And then the next sections are where you put your birthday list, etc. I had already had these in a another book with my Hobonichi, so fortunately I had just put them on sticky notes, so I just transferred the sticky notes in here. So I've got my January birthdays along with my cleaning routine for that particular month in each of the different pages, and then I just put like a page holder so I can quickly flip to it and enter those dates into the monthly view or the weekly view, you know. So all of those are in here all the way through to December. And then after that is a Japan travel map, a world travel map, and then news at things that happened in various months of your age. So from 0 to 4, what happened, and then you have your news, your family news, or world news that took place at particular ages, and it goes all the way up through, let's see, I'm going to flip through. It goes up to, come on, if I can flip the page, 99 years you can put news on. Then you got a family tree that you can enter, which I really like, and a continuation of that, or maybe your spouse's family tree. And then emergency contacts, which I normally don't put that in here, so, and then password hint list, and then financial management. These are probably where you would put credit card information, things like that, and your medical record, favorite photos, etc. Now we get into the actual planner, and it talks about in this area how to use it. This is an example page that they kind of outline. Again, everything is pretty much in Japanese except you know, like this spread is all in, has English instead of Japanese letters or numbers. And then you have a 2017 year, vertical year at a glance. I use this for vacation tracking, days off, and sick days for work. Here's a handy age chart. So you look up the year that somebody was born and you can see how old they are. I have to look up to see what this says in Japanese, but I'm not sure what this age line means, but I know that on the right side is the current age of that person for that year, for 2017. Again, this is like the other life, my life plan. This is my dreams for 2017, and this is where I wrote down, okay, here's the goal, here's the behavior that you'd like, and then here is it's broken down: work, study, career, cultural, financial, savings, health, beauty, hobby, entertainment, trips, vacation, family, lover, friend, personal connections, and other is what's listed. Then I have a money plan. This is kind of like a budget where you set up a budget, and there's a column for each month, and this side is where you put in your fixed expenses, things that don't change, and then this is your liquid expenditures. These vary usually from month to month, and there's a total line for each with lines to add additional items, and then where you can put your salary or bonus and tips at the bottom. And then this is a blank weekly plan before it gets into the actual monthly pages. Kind of like to me, it's kind of like a template of like an average week, I think, or maybe a practice page before you actually get into it. Then we have a Japanese map again, and then the favorite phrases for this year, a list of recommendations, and what the recommendation is and who provided it, a book list, and the columns are for the purchase date, the title, the author. You can mark kind of like a rating comment, and the reading date. And you have a movie list. This one has appreciation date, which I think it's like when you watched it, the title, with whom you watched it, rating, and a comment. And then you have gifts received and gifts given, a promise list, who you promised, what you promised, and a checkbox to indicate that it's done. And there's 2 rows on 2 pages. And then some graph paper to kind of make your own list. Now this is what they describe as a Gantt chart, project management chart, but I'm using it for the purpose of financial payments, like tracking my payments to my companies. So I wrote them in, and I highlighted the ones that are auto pay, and then I attached a 52-week savings challenge thing that I found. Not sure if I found it on Pinterest. I'm probably certain I did. But what I liked about it was that it was every 2 weeks, going all the way down to the last month. And it starts largest to smallest, because usually you're broke by the time Christmas rolls around. So that's why I have it in here. And then I plan to just move it from month to month, indicating when I paid it. And then they have the rest for the remainder of the year. And then it goes into the monthly pages. On the monthly pages, I've highlighted the boxes to indicate that I took days off, and the orange indicates a holiday or a firm holiday where I am off work because of it. And then I put doctor's appointments. Typically, I would not use this to enter birthdays, etc. It's more of a high-level view of, am I available to go on a trip or a vacation or a business trip, or can I be somewhere when somebody wants me to be because of, am I in town for it? Am I available? So that's what this will be used for. And then, I indicate things where I'm going to have a day out with friends, etc. Again, that's because I'll be away from home, and so therefore I won't be available on that weekend. I don't have much in here, but I did go ahead and pre-fill whenever there's a firm holiday by highlighting the box orange. And then it has it all the way, it starts in November, but it has it all the way to April, I believe. No, March of 2018. So I could use it till then, but I suspect that I would get another one next year to start using again on the 1st, even though it starts in November. Then these are the weekly pages. As I mentioned, it starts in November, so I didn't need those because I was in a Hobonichi, but I did fill out this week's pages, and I want to use a color coding system, but it will be a color coding of things after the fact, and it's just so that I can see the time that I'm spending doing those items. So right now, my color coding system is yellow is for when I'm sleeping, orange for household duties or cleaning things, purple is work-related items, pink is personal items, gray is family time or hubby time, anything where I'm with someone else, and blue is volunteer work. So I'm also using a Pilot Friction Biz pen. It is in blue and it's erasable. I like it. Typically I would not use a friction pen on Tomoe River paper because it doesn't kind of pop out at you, and I was using the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pen in my Hobonichi, which is very kind of, it just pops out and it doesn't bleed, but I wanted the ability to erase things. Because the columns aren't as wide, I can't use some of the stickers that I used to use in the Hobonichi, so I wanted to be able to erase things if they didn't occur when they were supposed to. Over on the left-hand side is where you would put, it's like a long running to-do list, but I broke it down into to-dos, to clean, and to pay. And these will adjust in size depending. I probably could have moved this down a lot farther because I didn't have many people to pay. And then I'm indicating, indicating days off and things like that. I use those Jibun Techo mini sticky notes here. And as you can see, it perfectly fits the column, and there's another one here. So I can just remove this, and I didn't have to write on it. I could have written it there, but I was testing the actual sticky note. So it fits it perfectly, and I love it. I'm very happy that I got them. At the bottom, let me tell you about the top part. So at the top, it has little icons for the weather. As you can see, it's been pretty rainy all week, and I've been putting the temperature as each day progresses. Then at the top, there's 2 spaces, and I thought I would use it to indicate birthdays and or all-day event. Like in this case, I took a vacation day, some birthdays of friends, and things like that. Then this next section is 0 to 6 a.m. and it's meant to kind of allow you to put something in, but it kind of is already has a gray marking on the bubbles of the time, indicating that's typically when people sleep. So I plan to use that because I do have trouble sleeping. And then from 7 a.m. until about 5:30ish, it is have white bubbles. So I plan to put in appointments and to-dos, etc. And then in this case, I ticked off a to-do that when it was completed. And then from the 5:30 on till 2400 hours, which is 12 p.m., it's back to the same kind of gray bubbles. And then below that is an area where you can either put notes or more to-dos that are maybe day specific, if I can speak. And then you also have a way to rate your day, just like on the monthly pages, it had that feature as well, but I don't see why I should do it in both places. Then there is it looks like a sunrise, and then sun just up like middle of the day. So I figured I'd put my breakfast and my dinner. And then at the bottom, I plan to put either achievements for the day that I have to track for work. So I haven't put that in there yet because it's been a slow week. But I did do quite a few things that I could put in there. I'm just not sure how I want to work it out. I did use some stickers in these areas. But, and then I put some stickers to remind me to look over here for a specific day that I need to pay something by. And then this is next week. Now, I did change my mind on the type of pens I'm going to use. These right now are the mild liners that I purchased off of Amazon, I believe, a while back. I had them labeled differently for something else, and now I've changed my mind. I don't necessarily want to use the mild liners because, again, I want to be able to erase it. So I have put my friction highlighters in this little pencil case, and I'm keeping it handy, and I'm using same kind of color organization, except I'll be using the light blue for family. Now this pen is the Pilot Multi-Pen. Let me put this back real quick. This is the Pilot Multi-Pen. I believe I got this from the Happy Scrappy pen subscription, which I'm very glad I did because it writes on sticky notes or washi tape or whatever you want it to. You know how some pens just don't want to write on. This one does. So I want to keep it handy. So I'm keeping those on my desk in the pencil case because I usually work from my desk at home during the week, and it makes it very handy. I don't think I will need to carry it with me as I go out. I would just take the planner with me. Now I did label, I used these mini tabs from Kina Prints from Etsy, and I attached them to the front of each month to indicate, and I might write the number like 1, 2, 3, etc. on them just so I know which month it is quickly without having to count, but I don't think I'll need to. So anyway, the rest of the weeks are there, and then there's one page that you can write on in the back other than the maps. There's a lot of subway maps, but in the back of this you've got looking back on your life, so you can indicate what took place in the first month, the second month in your life, and family, friends, and world events. And then there's 2 graph pages. The rest are metro maps for Japan, which obviously being in the US I won't need. And then there's a personal info page, which I won't flip over, but it gives information where you can put everything from credit cards to insurance information to emergency contacts, etc. Then the last book is the idea book, and it's just a book of Tomoe River paper, graph paper. And the pages are not numbered, but they do have a square in the bottom right where you can enter a number so that if you wanted to write an index page, you could. Then in the back is 3 more credit card size pockets. I have some more sticky tabs, stamps, and then I have 2, what are these? Stencils from the Hobonichi site, and a bunch of stickers from a variety of places that I know fit in the columns of this planner, so I just tuck them in the back. And these are being tucked back there as well, because if I tuck them in the front, they tend to fall out because of going like this. They slide out. So I keep them in the back. Anyway, so that is my planner. I'm really liking it so far. I'm not sure about these strings because they're already unraveling, so I don't know what to do with it other than to maybe tie it onto something and then or burn the edge to keep it from unraveling. I don't know. If any of you have ideas of how to stop that from happening. And then the red one that it also comes with is tucked in the back because I ended up putting a tab to the monthly page, and so I can just flip to it. And then the blue one just says finance, so I can go right to my money tracking page. So each month I'll just move this to the next month's view. So what do you guys think? I really like this. It's compact enough that I can carry it with me everywhere, and I really like the cover, even though it's plastic. It's pretty nice. I like it. Anyway, tell me what your thoughts are, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you again next time. Bye!